Hey everyone, this is Leska here, back to another FIFA 21 Volta video for you guys today. And in this short video, I'm going to be explaining to you guys why I do not use any small builds in Volta this year. If y'all played pro clubs this year, or pro clubs in FIFA 20 especially, you know if you were a small build, like a 5'4 build, or anything like that, like 5'6, even 5'8, it'd be very good, almost overpowered, just because how fast you can be when you're that short. But this year in FIFA 21 Pro Clubs, it's not as overpowered. It's a little bit more balanced, because if you're trying to be a taller guy, they'll give you a little bit more pace. You're not going to be completely slow, like you're running in mud or something. It was just terrible last year, and that's why everyone would be a 5'4 fast guy last year in pro clubs, which was pretty annoying, and I'm kind of glad they balanced it out a little bit this year, but it's still kind of the same, how the short people are crazy fast, and you'll still see a lot of those in pro clubs. But in Volta, in my opinion, being a small guy is just not worth it, and I'm going to show you guys why right now. So let me go to the athletic tab to show you guys why I do not use a small build in Volta. Alright guys, so I'm over here on the athletic tab, and as you guys can see, I'm listed at 5'10 right now. And just for y'all who are looking at the attributes and looking at my stats and seeing how the numbers aren't very high, I just don't have any skill points on my player right now. The skill tree is completely blank, so keep that in mind. The numbers just aren't as high as they would be as if I had a skill tree, a full skill tree added onto my guy. But see, if I go up to from 5'10 to 6'2, you can notice some stat changes, mostly agility and balance. But other than that, like the sprint speed does not change too much. So at 5'10, 167, just in that range, doesn't really matter. I have 87 sprint speed, 84 acceleration. And if I go up to 6'2, I have same weight, I have 82 acceleration, 85 sprint speed. So what's the difference there? 2 less acceleration and 2 less sprint speed. So it's not too bad from being a 6'2 guy, from being a 5'10 guy to a 6'2. I usually do prefer being 5'10 because I think it's just the most balanced weight, especially in that 149 to 174 range, I believe it is, or 151 to 174 range, I think. That weight range, it is the best in my opinion. But as you can see, there's not much difference in pace there. But if we go down to from 5'10, I said, and 5'10 or 6'2, all the way down to like 5'3, which you think you would have like blistering pace. As you guys can see, let's do like the same weight as well, around that, in that little range, 167. So 5'3", 167 has 83 sprint speed and 84 acceleration. So let's keep that weight and go all the way up to 6'2". Make sure I just go back to 167. I have 85 sprint speed, 82 acceleration. So look, let's see. Basically, I have 2 less acceleration at 6'2", but I have 2 more sprint speed at 6'2" as well. So I'm losing 2 sprint speed being 6'2", 2 acceleration being 6'2", compared to 5'3". But I'm also gaining 2 sprint speed. As you guys can see, like, it really just does not affect the pace that much. The only thing that I'd say that you'd maybe get a little bit of an advantage, I guess, from being a taller guy to a bigger dude is the agility and balance goes up a little bit. Not too much to where I think it would make a crazy difference. Because at 6'2", like 6'2", 167 like this, I have 76 agility, 80 balance. And then if I go to 5'3", around the same weight, I have 81 agility, 87 balance. So basically, there is a pretty big difference in the agility and the balance, but this is also at not having any skill points. So now that I have that, I've showed you guys that, and basically how the sprint speed and the acceleration pretty much doesn't affect your, like, the height and weight pretty much doesn't affect your sprint speed and acceleration at all. Let me just fill up this skill tree real quick. I think I'm just a midfielder, which isn't too bad. I'm just gonna put my normal stuff I kind of put on, just to do this really quick. Let's see, there we go. Filled out my skill tree. Now we're going to go back to customize and go back to the athletic tab, and then we're going to look at the stats with a full skill tree added on my player. Alright, so I'm at 5'10", 160, 167, doesn't really matter the weight as long as I'm in that range. And as you guys can see, I'm at 88 agility, 88 balance, which is pretty solid. That is with the skill tree added, and I have 92 acceleration, 95 sprint speed. And now let's go up to 6'2" and compare that with 5'10". I have 90 acceleration, 93 sprint speed. So I lose 1 acceleration and I lose 2 sprint speed going from 5'10" to 6'2", which really isn't that bad if y'all think about it, because you're a 6'2", you gained 4 inches in height, and your pace is still in the 90s. Which is pretty astonishing to me. And you have actually 84 agility and 83 balance, which definitely isn't great compared to being a smaller guy. That's kind of why I like being 5'10", is because your balance and agility goes up right when you hit that 5'10" mark. 88 agility and 88 balance. And then see if you even push up the weight, you go up to 92 balance, which is kind of cool. But then you lose some other stats, like you lose 3 sprint speed. And yeah, like the reactions, I believe, goes down, and the jumping, which is why I do not use that weight. But if you go down to the lowest, 5'3", which you think would be the fastest because you're 5'3", at 5'3", I have 92 acceleration, 91 sprint speed at this same weight. And then I go back to 5'10" at that same weight. I have 92 acceleration, 95 sprint speed. So the acceleration is the same, but the sprint speed goes up 2, I believe I said. I think I said it was 93 at 5'3". 91 at 5'3", jeez. Oh, it's even more of a difference than I thought. So yeah, you're getting 4 extra sprint speed at being 5'10" compared to 5'4", and the acceleration stays the same. And now moving up from 5'4" to 6'2", and let's see if we can tell any difference in the stats. So acceleration, instead of it being 92 from 5'4", it's 90 at 6'2", which you're losing 2 acceleration, but you're so much taller. You're almost a foot taller. And you have 93 sprint speed. And what did we say? At 5'3", you have 91 sprint speed. So technically, you're actually the same exact speed, I believe. It ends up balancing out to be the same exact speed as if you were 5'4" compared to 6'2", because you actually have 2 more sprint speed at 6'2" compared, but then you have 2 less acceleration at 6'2" compared to being 5'4". If that makes sense, guys. This is a lot of talking, but I just kind of wanted to show you this. This is basically why I don't use any small builds. The only key difference is the agility and balance. If you really want that extra 1 or 2 agility and balance, 3, 4, whatever it is, I just don't think it'll make much of a difference. Your strength's gonna be a lot less. And this is also, it looks like I'm really strong because I'm 5'3", because I have the little strength guardian gladiator thing, whatever it is, the little skill point trait on the skill tree. That's the reason why I'm so strong at 5'4". It's because I have that on. But as you guys can see, you lose strength, you lose sprint speed. The acceleration's about the same. You don't really even have much of an advantage at acceleration from being a smaller guy. You lose reactions, you lose jumping. The only thing you gain is a little bit of agility and quite a bit of a balance, but not too much. But other than that, that's literally the only thing that you get advantage-wise with being a smaller build, which is why I only stick to being 5'10" and higher up. I think anything less is pretty much useless. And you're going to want to be bigger to be stronger too in Volta, so you don't get bodied off the ball, which is pretty crucial. This is why I use my I don't use small builds, and I usually stick to using bigger builds, guys. And that's about it for this video. If you like this video and you find it helpful, definitely hit a like on this video for me, guys, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button on my channel as well. I would really appreciate that, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and y'all have a great day. Peace out.